Woke up, heard gunshots, looked outside, 300 Taliban. That's how the day started. At Combat Outpost Keating, a tiny US base, tucked deep in an Afghan valley, surrounded by steep mountains and even steeper odds. No cover, no backup, just 53 American soldiers and the fight of their lives. This isn't fiction, this really happened, and somehow, they survived. Combat Outpost Keating was never meant to last. It was built in one of the worst locations imaginable, at the bottom of a valley in northeastern Afghanistan. Mountains towered on every side. The enemy didn't need to break in, they just had to shoot down. Everyone stationed there knew it. They called it a sitting duck. But still, they stayed. They followed orders. They built relationships with locals. And they waited until October 3rd, 2009. Just before sunrise, the first mortar slammed into the base. Then another, and within seconds, the hills lit up with gunfire. More than 300 Taliban fighters had launched a full-scale assault. Mortars, RPGs, machine guns coming from every direction. It was chaos, smoke, fire, screaming. The entire base was under siege. Bullets ripped through walls. Barracks caught fire. And within minutes, the enemy had breached the wire. They were inside. Soldiers were trapped in towers, running out of ammo. Some were already wounded, or worse. One survivor later said, "It wasn't a battle, it was a slaughter waiting to happen." But even in the middle of that nightmare, some men refused to break. Staff Sergeant Clint Romesha was already bleeding from shrapnel, but instead of hiding, he ran toward the fight. He grabbed a rifle, led a counterattack, pulled wounded soldiers out of burning buildings, directed air support with rounds landing just feet away, took back control of parts of the base, step by step. Meanwhile, Specialist Ty Carter ran across open ground, again and again to bring ammo to his team and rescue a pinned-down comrade. They didn't stop. They didn't run. They held the line. After 12 straight hours of non-stop combat, the Taliban began to retreat. 53 American soldiers had faced over 300 attackers, and they held their ground. 8 were killed, 27 were wounded. But they saved each other. They saved the base. And they left behind a story the world would never forget. Clint Romesha and Ty Carter would go on to receive the Medal of Honor, the highest military award in the United States. But Clint didn't call himself a hero. He said, "I was just doing my job. I didn't do anything more than the guy next to me." Because in war, that's what it comes down to. Not glory, not medals, just the man beside you, just getting out alive. Combat Outpost. Keating was shut down soon after. Too dangerous, too exposed. But what those 53 men did on that day, surrounded, outgunned, and left with almost nothing, became legend. Because sometimes history isn't written by the biggest army, it's written by the few who refuse to fall.